All right, good morning, Coastal Bend. I'm meteorologist Carly Smith. We do have a cold front to talk about. The live update is starting now. Cold front moving through. The timeline for that is going to be Sunday morning between 1 and 8 a.m. So it will move through before dawn for the most part, and maybe a little bit after since our sunrises are a little earlier now. We've got stronger wind in the forecast. Northeast wind 15 to 25 miles per hour, gust up to 35 miles per hour behind the front especially. That will elevate our fire danger. We do have very little rain in the forecast. There may be a little overrunning pattern which keeps us cloudy for a little bit, but overall a fairly dry passage. Not expecting storms with this front. There will be higher surf, creating hazardous conditions out at sea. With that northeast wind shift, there also could be some coastal flooding, especially following the full moon that just happened today. Good morning, Coastal Bend. I'm meteorologist Carly Smith. We are doing this live update just to give you a heads up about the next cold front. Don't want you to be caught off guard because this one will come in with some strong wind, especially if you're out at the beach. Additionally, temperatures are going to fall. We are looking at a much colder start to the week ahead next week. But we've got some hot conditions to talk about before this week is all said and done. So if you're just joining, the time now is 10:23 a.m. on this Wednesday, November 5th. Good morning, y'all. Okay, so these were the headlines I just went over. Rough conditions at sea, fire danger. Those are going to be the biggest impacts from this next cold front. So let's talk fire danger. Typically, we're looking for a westerly component to the wind. It doesn't look like our wind will be very much offshore. However, it is still going to be very gusty, and it is still going to bring in much drier air to the coastal bend. So combine that with our dry vegetation, and relative humidity is looking like it will easily be below 30%. We are talking around 20% right now for our relative humidity forecast, which really elevates that fire danger, especially this time of year. So fires will likely be able to spread quickly in these conditions. Again, we are looking at Sunday, possibly Monday for this fire danger. Right now at the beach, look at that view. It's a gorgeous day. We've got several great beach days coming up. Saturday is going to be our better weekend day. We'll talk about why in just a minute, but right now our waves are 2 feet every 7 seconds, and we are looking at a temperature of 75 degrees with a westerly wind. It's offshore right now. That's not going to last for long. We'll see southeast winds later on this evening, but let's talk about the weekend. This is when the beach conditions will change pretty drastically. I should have drawn on the little cold front here, but 84 degrees, so roughly a minimum of 10-degree temperature difference at the beach, where we're already a little cooler, right? Areas inland that are impacted more by the drier conditions are going to feel a potentially larger cool down, but we're looking at 84 Saturday, 73 Sunday. Overall, oh, the tide times, you know what? I didn't update those, so don't look at that. But you do need to know that there is a chance for some minor coastal flooding as we look ahead to your weekend beach cast. What I did update, southeast wind 5 to 15 miles per hour, shifting northeast 15 to 25 miles per hour, gusts 35 miles per hour on Sunday. So Sunday, we're going to have bigger waves, we're going to have stronger wind, we're going to have a high rip current risk, and UV index still high because we're still looking at plenty of sunshine on Sunday. But the wind is going to make for really rough conditions at the beach, out at sea, in a boat. If you're going to do any of that, I advise doing it on Saturday. It's going to be a much more enjoyable conditions, and it will be warmer as well. That wind will be cold and brutal. Well, cold's probably a little aggressive. Much cooler and brutal feeling. We've got a southeast light wind by this afternoon. You can see those wave heights are pretty small. We're talking 1 to 2 feet. They pick up a little bit on Friday and Saturday. We see more of a southerly wind. Then the front moves through. You see the wind shift out the northeast. You're looking at a sustained wind at 2 p.m. at Port Aransas, 23 miles per hour. So again, we are not looking at great beach conditions on Sunday. I can't emphasize that enough. If you know anyone trying to camp or be down on the coast on Sunday, I would advise to make some potentially different plans on Sunday because, again, there could be some minor coastal flooding, and additionally, it's just going to be windy and not that fun. So as we continue on into Monday, still some rough conditions, still a northeast wind. It's getting lighter, but we still could have some minor coastal flooding because of that northeast wind. What happens is because of Coriolis, in the water, that longshore swell also starts to be out of the northeast. Then, because of Coriolis, which is a force that happens because the Earth is rotating, things get pushed to the right in response to different forces. So if our wind is out of the northeast, to the right of that wind is going to be right to our coastline. And so the water underneath the surface is going to be pushed up toward our coastline because of something called the Ekman spiral. And so, yeah, minor coastal flooding, combine that with the full moon that was today, it's still in that range where the moon's going to play a role, and then additionally our wind is going to play a role. As we get into Tuesday, flatter conditions start to return. But it's a beautiful day on this Wednesday. We're trending, oops, I wanted to see our high. We're trending a little warm. So you are going to notice a high of 85 degrees. That is above normal. And take a look at our temperatures. Our normal high is in orange, that orange line that goes across the screen. We're above that, 85, 86, 90, record high possible Friday. Record high is 91 currently. Record high on Saturday is 93 currently. There's a chance we could break that or at least tie it. We're going to be close. But when it comes to our normal temperatures, once that front moves through, we're going to fall below normal. So we are talking even inland, roughly an 11-degree temperature difference potentially at this time. Those details can change. We are still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days away from this cold front. That's 5 days away, y'all. And so Sunday, I can't emphasize this enough, Sunday, that is the day. The cold front swings through. We could have temperatures in the 40s as you're ready to head out the door, take the kids back to school on Monday and Tuesday. So let's take a look at Futurecast. This is not our cold front. We just stay warm and humid. Onshore flow continues. Chance of rain, Houston, Louisiana, but that's still minimal. Second front swings through, still not us. Finally, the third front. This is Sunday. Drier air starts to work in, colder air starts to work in. Very low chance for some rain, but it does look like Sunday morning. By Sunday afternoon, we'll be drying out. We'll be seeing our cloud coverage decrease, and it will be cool. We'll be cool during the day on Sunday. We'll be colder during the day on Monday as that high pressure settles over the area. So what you're going to notice with our dew point, it falls. We're going to be in that dry level, low 30s. So our fire danger goes up even into Sunday because of the wind and the combination of falling dew points. Sunday has a high fire danger, Monday higher fire danger because it will be so dry. Tuesday we start to see the return of our onshore winds back. So you'll see that here. Strongest wind Sunday, still breezy on Monday. Then we're back out of the southeast, 5 to 50 miles per hour on Tuesday. Waves, they go up Sunday and Monday, but they will be falling throughout the day on Monday. And again, minor coastal flooding is going to be possible on Sunday and Monday, and even leading up potentially because of the full moon, but it's going to be more likely Sunday and Monday. That's all I have for this live update. I wish that this cold front had more rain in it, or had any rain, obvious rain in it. Obviously, we don't want another hail event like happened over the weekend, but what we do need desperately is rain in our watershed. And as we head into a La Nina winter, that is not in our favor to get rainfall during a La Nina winter. So yeah, sunshine is going to be nice and enjoyable. The weather conditions are going to look, I think Tuesday is the day I'm looking forward to the most. Perfect conditions. We're talking cold start, pleasant afternoon, sunshine, lighter wind, but wind and colder air, that's never that fun. And that's going to be more so Sunday and Monday. Thank you so much for watching this live update. I'm meteorologist Carly Smith. We'll check back in later on throughout the week.